Alright, hello again everyone and welcome to another episode of 60 Seconds Re-Atomized. We're working our way through the Nerdgasm crew, and with me today is the wonderful Switch Riggs. Switch, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing alright. I'm curious what this game's all about.
So, you know the Fallout games, correct?
Yeah.
Imagine that this is the 60 seconds before the bombs drop.
Okay.
So you hear the air raid siren, you know that the nukes are coming. What do you grab and how do you kind of survive from there? That's what this game is about.
Okay.
So let's go ahead, hop into a new game. We're of course going to play through the apocalypse as per normal. Last time, when I was with 12, we played as Ted. This time we'll go ahead and take on the role of Dolores. Sound good?
Sounds good.
So,
Sounds good.
a couple of things that I learned from my last excursion into the bunker. First and foremost, a radio is paramount to success. So if we could go ahead and get us a portable radio, because we've got 60 seconds to scurry around our house, grab all of our family members, food, water, gun, med kit, radio, everything we can think of.
Who said I need family members?
You see, that's a good question. You see, that could be one of the min-maxes, you know what I mean? We don't need Ted. I mean, look at him. He's going to eat 2 cans of soup himself. Get him out of here. But then again, we might have to be in charge of repopulating the Earth, so we at least want to bring our spouse with us.
All right.
So if anything, Ted gets to survive. The kids, we could just make more of them. But yeah, and then once we get inside the bunker, every day there'll be random kind of, not challenges necessarily, but different
tasks.
kind of prompts will pop up. It's oh, what item do you want to use? Do you want to check out this thing? How do you solve this issue? So yeah, you got it. All right.
Go.
Let me crack my knuckles. Speaking of knuckles, are you going to go see the movie?
Oh yeah, definitely want to go see Sonic 2.
Hell
that is,
yeah.
Plan.
All right. So we've only got 4 hands worth of stuff that we can grab at any one time. Certain items and persons are more than...
Axe.
Yes, but we have to wait for the first for it to click 60. So we can go ahead and grab. All right, Timmy, let's go.
Grab the babby.
Nope, you're too big. All right.
Yeah.
Grab the axe. Grab the Okay.
axe.
And then over here, boom, throw it all down. And then we've got this right here. Boom. Okay, couple of soup cans, grab them all. Grab all the soup cans. Let's go. Grab the water. All right, boom.
Grab all that
down
there.
Down. All right.
Checkers.
Let's go.
No, turn around.
Save our husband.
Grab hubby. Grab the hubby.
Go. Down there. Checkers.
Grab the checkers. We're gonna need something to do.
Absolutely. Good call.
Okay.
All right, where's our daughter? Daughter, stop playing tuba. Let's go. Boom. All right, what's this? Field guide, Boy Scouts? Let's go. Okay. We got a little bit more time. I think we can go ahead and maybe grab the gun if we're lucky.
Yeah, grab the gun. Grab the gun.
All right, we're going to grab the gun.
Or whatever
I saw some bullets over there. Yep. Get out of the way, coat rack. Swear to God.
Okay, let's go. Get out.
Woo! So, the first time that 12 and I did this, technically speaking, we didn't make it to the bunker, and we immediately died. So...
Well, no radio for us. Let's see what happens.
Oh, fuck the radio!
Yeah. It's okay.
Oh, I said it's paramount to... Oh, no!
What's going on today?
All right. Day 1. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. We remember hearing canned soup is healthy for you. When we opened the shelter door, we noticed some of the shelves were already stocked. We can't really say we recall putting all of these supplies here, but we're definitely going to put them to good use. Oh, looks like there was a map down here. Well, looky here. One of us must have hid this inside the suitcase a while ago. It was so lucky we took that suitcase. A harmonica. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There's just barely enough water for everyone. We will have to ration it strictly. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Alright, time to ration supplies. So, the bombs have just dropped. In my opinion, I feel like the family has already had a decent meal and are fully fed and watered. So I say for day one, we skip food and water completely.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Alright. How about that trip to Nevada we've been postponing for a while now? Maybe we should go there. That's our first stop after we get out of here. Nevada. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to work out fine. Fallout New Vegas.
Alright.
Alright, so day one goes by without a hitch. Day two. Already grown a fine beard. But that's right, I forgot. We're Dolores. Look at her.
Yes, we are.
She's a redhead. You know how much I like redheads.
Stop fondling the redhead.
Just playing with her hair. Our relocation is probably something we'll be able to discuss after we get out of here. Dolores is fine and well, as much as anyone can be fine and well in this tiny shelter. Ted says there's no need to worry about him. He's okay. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Who wouldn't in this coffin-sized shelter? And Timmy is good. Well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. Alright, time to ration supplies. Now, I talked about this with 12, rather, and I think, what are the rules? 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, 3 minutes without air?
Yes.
So, like,
I think we can go one more day without food and water.
Alright, fair. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness.
Send Timmy out.
Timmy seems quite enthusiastic about the trip. Send him out?
Yep, send him out.
Alright, so let's start preparing for an expedition tomorrow. So tomorrow there will be a point where it's like, okay, feed and water who you want, and then send out the exploration team.
Yep.
It's really weird when you get the feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but this has been bugging us for a while now. We checked all the closets, and no one's hiding there. Is there something alive down here besides us? Maybe a rodent of some kind? If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species in this little paradise of ours. So this is one of those random tasks. We can use the axe or the gun.
I think the axe.
The axe? Okay.
Yep.
Now, there is a percentage chance that an item can break during these tasks.
Or kill somebody on accident?
Unlikely. I don't think I've ever seen it, like, hurt the user, so to speak. Hey, axe is still in good condition from the looks of things.
Yep.
Whatever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding in one of those nasty little holes. If there's one thing we need, it's water for Dolores. Ted is really thirsty. Water is what Mary Jane needs most right now. And how about getting Timmy something to drink? He's not looking well.
Let's, Dolores and the daughter. I can't think of her name.
Dolores and Mary Jane?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought there was going to be one bottle of each. I say everyone should get at least one thing of water today.
Alright. Everybody gets a sip of water.
Yep.
Alright, so We're feeling pretty optimistic about today's expedition, and the only thing left to do is choose the right person to go outside. And we have chosen Timmy. So Timmy is allowed to take one item with him. Do you want him to take the suitcase, the playing cards, the checkerboard, the axe, the Boy Scout manual, the harmonica, the town map, the gun, the bullets, some soup, or some water? Or go empty-handed?
Take the Boy Scout. No, Boy Scout.
Boy Scout manual it is.
See how he does out there.
Good luck, Timmy.
As they take a drink of water.
Yeah, must be nice not to be in a shelter.
Yeah, have my own gallon of water.
All right, Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. He took the Boy Scout manual with him. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Ted, no longer thirsty. Mary Jane, no longer thirsty. All right.
Okay.
So,
good on that.
Yep, nobody seems to be hungry either, so that's good.
Oh.
Oh, there seems to be a mysterious bottle of water here that I thought we used. I wonder if something
They must
happened.
have taken my bottle of water. Oh, what do we got?
The boredom and silence are overwhelming. Too bad we don't have a TV to keep us occupied. But maybe we could take advantage of some of our supplies and pretend they're props on a movie set. Should we use the axe? Or the briefcase?
Briefcase. Or suitcase.
Are you sure you don't want to use the axe?
For the safety of everybody, let's not use the axe.
Okay, fair enough. Day 5. Oh, suitcase is still in good condition.
How far did 12 make it?
We made it to day 30, but we all died.
Oh, okay. So Timmy's still not back. What's going on?
Excursions, or expeditions rather, usually take about 3 to 4 days. And then usually they come back, or somebody in the group is like, we don't think X is coming back.
Okay.
Ted and Mary Jane were reminded of their regular cinema trips, so they were happy to improvise scenes for the rest of us. Ted was Merlin, and Mary Jane was the director ordering him around. She was really strict about her artistic vision, but Ted managed to deliver a performance so convincing we forgot for a moment that he isn't a lovely, slim, blonde Hollywood star. Because don't forget, this happened during the 1950s, so Marilyn Monroe was still very... everything seems okay with Dolores. Ted is fine, and Mary Jane seems fine today. Hopefully it will stay that way. So, rations, everybody seems good. You know, why fix what isn't broken?
Save. Save up.
Something's missing. Let's see. Fan hum? Check. Strange noises in our pipes? Check. Hellish yells outside? Check. Oh. Dolores hasn't spoken for a while now. That's it. And it's really strange. Talking to her would be a good idea. Do we let her just sit there and fume, or do we have an open and honest communication with her?
We're gonna do that. Nope, not today.
Not today?
Nope. Let her chill.
Okay. Don't push it if she's having an off day. She'll come to us if she needs something.
Yep, or she'll murder one of us in her sleep.
Oh. She's starting to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Maybe. Let's see what's going on.
Apparently, Dolores was in a much worse state than we predicted. She is even worse now. Water is all Dolores wants, and Dolores' sanity is questionable. Ted should drink something soon, and Ted is hungry, and we should get Mary Jane something to drink.
Okay. Let's do what we need to do to get people happy again. So, water around the group, and food.
I was say, I believe
Ted
Dolores.
as well.
Nope, that's right. Food for Ted, not Dolores. Good call.
There you go.
All right.
No radio.
We know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more. Maybe discover if anyone else made it to safety. A radio could help with this. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Mistakes were made.
Day 7.
They say ignorance is bliss. Another day without any clue what's going on might not necessarily kill us. Dolores still isn't in full control of her mind. We're not sure what monsters are inhabiting it, but we wish they would just go away. Dolores is no longer thirsty, but Dolores has not eaten for a while.
Okay.
Ted is no longer thirsty. Ted isn't hungry anymore. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty, but Mary Jane is quite hungry.
So ladies need to eat. There we go. Next.
Today, we've met a bunch of people dressed in what looked like Halloween doctor outfits. They claim to be a field hospital moving from place to place and attempting to help those hurt by the hazards of the wasteland. Their problem is, some of their supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. They're asking us if we have any spare hydrogen peroxide.
If we do, let's see what we gotta do with the water bottle. Sure. Give it to him.
Give them
Give
the
it to
water bottle?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll risk that. Day 8. I don't think Timmy's coming back.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about Timmy. A bottle of relatively clean water is the closest we will ever get to hydrogen peroxide. The guests were grateful anyway. Dolores is clearly giving in to the madness. We wish we could stop it. Dolores is no longer hungry. Mary Jane is no longer hungry. Ted is fine.
Alright, move on.
We had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. It seems it's ringing right now. We should send someone to answer it.
Send Mary Jane.
Mary Jane,
Sane enough.
you're in charge of checking out the phone.
There was a star thing that we didn't check.
Timmy!
Hey, he's back. He made it.
Whoa, he brought a lot of soup and water with him.
Fuck yeah. See? Send him out with a Boy Scout. He got it.
When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town. Like they put in the wrong word. As survivors from the nearby town of Hill Valley. Da 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 da. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now.
Yay!
So we got our Boy Scout manual back even. A local supermarket might have seemed like a great place for a safe haven, but unfortunately, a bandit group had the same idea and turned it into their new home instead. These thugs are heavily armed and able to terrorize the entire area. Maybe stealing from them would be ideal payback? Sneaking through the store shelves provided us with a few soup cans, plus 4 cans, and the way was clear to the staff room. Inside, we found nothing but a water cooler. Free water for employees. Wow! That must have been a dream job. Plus 6 bottles of water. Holy beans.
The material continuum will provide.
A flashlight lying on the ground is an easy way to get your neck broken. We learned this the hard way. It's amazing that no one heard all the noise. Dolores isn't...
Flashlight.
Yeah, plus 1 flashlight, correct. Dolores isn't doing very well. Her sanity is very questionable. And if there's one thing we need, it's water for Dolores. All Ted wishes for are a few drops of water, Mary Jane is very thirsty and has to drink something. Timmy
Okay.
should eat something, and Timmy is really tired after that excursion.
I bet. Everyone, food and water for everybody.
Food and water for everybody?
Yep. Have a good
Hell
night, because we
yeah.
got plenty to work. Go around tonight.
All right. We're not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies.
Okay.
So we could send Ted, Dolores, or Mary Jane.
We'll go with probably Ted tomorrow.
All right. So we're definitely going to send out an expedition?
Yep. Ted's been sitting around not doing a whole bunch. We don't have a radio.
As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. It would be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Timmy had comics about those, so you know they must exist. All we need to do is make contact with the military.
Don't go on. What's the star?
Make contact with other wastelanders. When we picked up the phone, that put us along this trail that could happen.
Okay. Alrighty then, let's move on. Day 9. Question mark.
Yep, thank you.
Day 10.
There is one thing we need to do. It's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that, or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Dolores is very unpredictable. Sometimes we're a bit afraid of her. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy is very hungry, and Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. Ted, no longer thirsty. Mary Jane,
Okay.
no longer thirsty. Time to ration
All right.
supplies.
Need to
Little
beat
extra
Timmy.
food for Timmy.
Yep. And a little bit for Dolores too. Food will probably maybe help
Little bit
with
of
her
food?
sanity.
All right, this is a good day to go outside, stretch a bit, get some fresh, toxic air, and maybe scavenge a thing or two. We sure could use some extra supplies, that's if we want to survive. So we want to send out Ted?
Yeah, Ted and Mary Jane are yeah.
Just Ted, or
Mary. No, Mary Jane as well.
but
We're gonna
can't?
take
Only one.
Okay. Let's send him out with the rifle.
With the rifle?
Oh, can he take the rifle and the ammo, or?
No.
Okay, then send him out with the axe. 'Cause the rifle's not gonna be very helpful if he can't.
Well, you see, 12 and I discussed that because we had an option to take the rifle, and he was like, well, it doesn't have any bullets in it, and I was like, the Wastelanders don't know that?
Oh, wait a second. It lit up more hands if we had something else in the first slot. No, go back to
The suitcase?
slowly go through. Might be. That,
The
so we can put
suitcase
more.
lets us take
So
a lot of
now
stuff.
let's put the survival guide. Yep, and the gun and the bullets.
Look at you. I didn't even know that about the suitcase. I'm learning.
I watched it light up and I was like, wait a second, all the things can go. So now he's got a survival guide plus a weapon. So let's go.
Well,
Go
survival
Ted.
guide or town map?
Let's go town map actually. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Let's go.
Fair enough. Godspeed, Ted.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. He took the suitcase, the rifle, some extra ammo, and the map. Dolores is very unpredictable. Sometimes we're a bit afraid of her. Timmy should eat something, and Timmy needs to rest a bit longer. And there isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane.
Okay, so more food for Timmy. We got it. We have the food.
True.
Keep on moving.
We
on.
have
What
the
next?
meats.
Who's got the meats?
Wouldn't it be
Okay.
fantastic if we could just get out and leave? Walk the surface like we used to? Smell the fumes and pollution? Ah, that's the scent of freedom we miss. What's up down here?
What do we got now?
Ah, acquire a radio to make further contact with the military. So we've
That's
got...
why we are sending people out.
True.
And maybe those plague doctors will come out and help us
Right.
eventually, since we helped them. Never know. Day 12.
Not bad.
No? We just have Dolores going slightly insane. She doesn't freaked out on anybody.
True. She's like near catatonic.
Yeah.
We can take care of ourselves. Dolores still isn't in full control of her mind. We're not sure what monsters are inhabiting it, but we wish they would just go away. And if there's one thing we need, it's water for Dolores. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest. Timmy is no longer hungry. And Timmy doesn't need much, but he should drink. And we should get Mary Jane something to drink.
Let's water the people.
Water for everybody. Alright. Where is a ball when you need one? We are really bored and we need something to occupy ourselves with. Too many hours of counting pipe droplets is not healthy. There has to be an alternative. So,
A gun was a thing to do?
I know, right? Some of these are like, what? So,
Checkers.
rifle, don't have it.
Yeah.
Portable radio, don't have it. We could play cards or checkers.
Playing checkers. We're going to be checkered masters. Can we choose two things, though? Can we choose the cards, too?
Nope. One or the
Checkers.
other, it looks like.
Alright.
Checkers it is.
Day 13.
Alright. A game of checkers, a cup of coffee, and a newspaper is all a 1950s man needs. There's no coffee down here, and the paper boy probably got blown up. Yay, checkers!
Yeah.
Dolores is clearly giving in to the madness. We wish we could stop it. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest, but Timmy is no longer thirsty. And Mary Jane is no longer thirsty.
Go Mary Jane. She's been fine. Let's
She's
move on from
been
food.
holding up pretty well. Everybody's good?
Everyone's good? Everyone's good?
All
Let's
right.
move on. What do we got?
We felt that we should do something about our interior decoration. The feng shui is really off in our fallout shelter. While we were moving things around, we found a secret door. What's behind it? There's only one way to find out.
Flashlight.
Boop.
Let's go. Dolores goes out next, no matter what. She can go mad outside.
Okay.
We don't need her to be killing people. Timmy's looking better.
Holy
look at that.
cow!
Look at
This
that.
is one lucky day. While browsing through the junk in the room, we found a working radio. Let's put it to good use, baby!
Yeah.
Dolores still isn't in full control of her mind. We're not sure what monsters are inhabiting it, but we wish they would just go away. Timmy has rested. And
Yay.
Timmy is very hungry, though. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything.
Okay. Let's actually give everyone food today.
Everybody get some
Just
food?
because.
All right.
Everybody get some food.
Sure thing.
Don't need people going too crazy on us. Aw.
There's an armed and dangerous woman outside. Fortunately,
The Karen!
Fortunately, she's out of ammo. She tells us she hunts the wild beasts of the wastes, and right now she's on a trail of a giant mutated spider. We're pretty sure she's lost her mind. What are you going to do with that spider, lady? Put it on a leash? She promises that if we help her, she will return the favor another day.
Sadly, we cannot because we have our ammo.
I say,
That's
Ted has the ammo and he's left.
okay.
Acquire a radio to make further contact with the military.
Got that.
Hell yeah, check mark.
Day 15.
Mm-hmm. An armed person who murders things for a living? Giant mutated spiders? In our neighborhood? We don't want to have anything to do with this stuff. Good day, lady. I say good day. Dolores isn't doing very well. Her sanity is very questionable. Water is all Dolores wants. Can we spare some water? Mary Jane has been asking about it all day. Timmy is no longer hungry. Timmy has been talking about nothing other than water. You should drink some.
All right. Water for the group.
Okay.
All right.
Not bad, not bad.
Problem, no problem.
All right. Yesterday, during charades, we learned that Mary Jane doesn't know how to spell anti-disestablishmentarianism, and it has left Dolores sorely disappointed. She insists on home, or rather shelter schooling, Mary Jane a little.
Let's say yes. I feel this is gonna be bad with that little smiley face under it.
Who knows?
We'll say yeah. Okay. Then we have the insane person teach the sane person.
Hey, Malkavian's in doggone Vampire the Masquerade. I mean,
All right. What do we got?
Dolores does not mess around. What started out as a spelling exercise has quickly found its way to a math revision, followed by a short physics course, and ending on tinkering with random objects in the shelter. Mary Jane looks exhausted, but we can't deny the state of our shelter has improved today. Dolores still isn't in full control of her mind. We're not sure what monsters are inhabiting it, but we wish they would just go away. Dolores is no longer thirsty. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty, but she's really tired.
Understandable.
And Timmy is no longer thirsty.
Alright, forgo the food.
Food has been foregone. Aha! We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely neighborhood? Of course, we mean communists, just to clarify. Yes. We could do it on our own. The escaping part. Not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our eyes and ears open.
Yep, turn that radio on.
Hell yeah.
Come on, Ted, get back with all this stuff.
Oh, I think I heard the door.
Me too.
Ted!
Hey, he's back. I see a medical thing on the right
there.
Med
kit and a lock.
Ooh, and a lock.
And it looks like we got the gun and the ammo back, but we lost the suitcase.
That's okay.
We knew it! The government has not fallen, and they're coming to save us. They didn't give exact dates in their radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. They said they will be in touch in a couple of days and told us to await further instructions. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. +1 gun, ammo, and map. When scavenging for supplies, one should check every possible corner, even if it doesn't seem promising. With that in mind, we ventured into the ruins of the local bank, hoping to find something more than piles of useless pre-apocalypse coins. It looks like the bank was robbed just before the blast. The vault was cracked open with saws hidden in teddy bears. Who does that? Anyway, we can see why they wanted to rob it so badly. The place was filled with tomato soup cans. How did it end up here? Maybe the mail had it delivered to a bank instead of a food bank? +4 food. In the bank's... I know, right? Everybody loves food. In the bank's back office, we found an opened safe. It was empty, but the unlocked padlock we found next to it might prove useful. While scouting the wasteland, we stumbled upon a ruined pharmacy. Most of the medical supplies were already missing or were damaged during the explosion, but we found an untouched locker in the back of the shop. We decided to blast it open using some gunpowder from our ammunition. It worked. +1 medkit.
Yeah.
Damn it. We really liked that suitcase. Well, it's gone now. -1 suitcase. We spotted some sort of vehicle just down the street, but couldn't get a good enough look at it in the dark. Maybe future expeditions will prove more fruitful. Dolores still isn't in full control of her mind. We're not sure what monsters are inhabiting it, but we wish they would just go away. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. Ted's stomach is rumbling, and Ted is really tired. Like the good scout he is, Timmy is making the best out of this situation. He even seems cheerful.
Well, let's feed Ted.
Ted gets food.
Look at all that food.
I know. Look at all that food.
I
1,
know.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half cans.
Yeah. We're worthy of rating.
We are.
Uh,
All right. We're not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. Dolores or Timmy?
Dolores.
All right.
I know. Oh, ooh, we can do something.
Where did that green puddle come from? Oh dear. The pipe is leaking green goo. That's not good. That's not good at all. We need to act now, and no one packed a mop. What do we do? Boy Scout manual.
Yep, use the Boy Scout manual.
And we'll just check in on this. Await further instructions from the military and await further instructions from friendly wastelanders. So this top one is telephone. This one is radio.
Yep. All right. What's the black spot?
This
Our way out.
in a previous playthrough that 12 and I did showed that there's an ice cream truck out there which may be able to be fixed.
Might be the vehicle they were just talking about. All right, moving on.
Oh,
Oh, we got something coming from the military.
something's coming over the squawk box. Hey, the book is still in good shape.
Yep.
Ha! Problem solved. No leak, no mess. Back to our tidy little shelter. Dolores isn't doing very well. Her sanity is very questionable, and Dolores will not last long without water.
Okay.
Ted is hungry.
He's hungry.
Ted still hasn't recovered his energy, and all Ted wishes for are a few drops of water. Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything. And everyone has to drink sometimes, including Mary Jane. Is there any water left? Timmy doesn't need much, but he should drink. So, water for everyone, and Ted gets a little food?
Yep.
Alright. Alright, Dolores.
Let's send her out with the axe, because crazy woman with an axe, I can see her messing up a whole bunch of stuff and bringing something back.
Fair enough.
Get those, kill those bandits, maybe.
Boom, boom, boom.
What do we got?
Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound.
I think she just needs some time away. That's her problem.
That's probably it. I mean, the woes of a housewife. You got to get away from the kids every once in a while.
Yep. I'm listening, but I'll be just like Dolores for a few moments.
Sure thing. Ted is still tired. A few days of rest is what he needs. Ted isn't hungry anymore. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Timmy is no longer thirsty, but Timmy is very hungry.
Unlike Dolores, I do have a radio wave to everybody. Let's give everybody some food.
Good call. All right, food for everybody, including Ted.
Yep, food for everyone. Well, if Ted doesn't need it, then no. But
I
everyone else,
I think Ted isn't hungry anymore, so we can skip him on food. I think.
Yep, everyone else.
All right, cool. All right, what's our problem of the day? It's very difficult to prepare for unforeseen consequences when you don't see them coming. Well, they are unforeseen by definition, so that does make a lot of sense. We can't say we were prepared for what happened.
Chill day.
What does that remind me of? You mean to tell me when you kill people, people die?
Yes.
Yes.
I heard a knock.
Oh,
hearing
yeah.
knocking.
I am hearing knocking. Interesting. Living in the past is not wise in our current situation. We need to think of today and tomorrow. Ted is still tired. A few days of rest is what he needs. Ted is hungry again.
Hungry?
Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything, but Mary Jane is no longer hungry. And Timmy is no longer hungry.
So, little food for Ted.
There you go, Ted. We still got a
There you
pretty
go.
decent surplus.
Oh, yes. What's the craziness for the day?
All right. Today, we found a letter from what seems to be the other survivors. They claim they mean us no harm and want to get to know us better. They're asking to choose one person to represent us and come to a meeting tonight unarmed. We're a bit worried, but they could be friendly. Should we go?
We should. We shall send Timmy.
Timmy, my boy!
Let's go.
We'll check out the star tomorrow. See what that says. Because I'm pretty sure it's just another, whoa, hey Ted, how you doing? All right, the meeting was organized by twin siblings, a brother and a sister, who took it upon themselves to scout the remains of the city looking for trustworthy and decent people. They seemed honest about their intentions, and we're more than happy to meet them again. They said they know where to find us, and they're going to contact us if they need some help. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. Mary Jane is very thirsty and has to drink something. Ted has rested, and Ted is no longer hungry, but Ted is really thirsty. And we can't leave Timmy without water for too long.
The water for everybody.
Water for everybody. Because I don't think...
No one was hungry.
Yep. Cool. Alright, and the star... Yep, send someone to meet a survivor group. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Bum.
Oh.
You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet since, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. Water chip? What in the hell is that? Fallout 1 reference.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, I didn't play through them. Sure, why not? Let's give him one bottle. We're running low on water, but we'll see what happens.
Someone's coming over the squawk box
radio.
again. Ooh, Timmy's looking a little tired.
Just a bit.
Oh, okay. We explained politely that we didn't have a water chip, but we are happy to share some water with him. The man was visibly disappointed, but thanked us for the water and even left us his gas mask. Odd. When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. Ted is no longer thirsty. Timmy is no longer thirsty, but Timmy is pretty fatigued.
Well, that's okay. You can rest. No, nothing for everyone. Leave it alone.
All right.
Okay.
All right. When we heard a knock on the door this morning, we held our breath in fear, but we soon heard children's voices coming from outside. We decided to open up. It turned out the voices belonged to a pair of Girl Scouts. They used to sell cookies, but they have branched out, and now they offer other items too. Smart girls. They offer bug spray for the scout book, or water for a gas mask.
We are starting to run low on water.
I mean, we did just trade the water for the gas mask, so
I know.
we could go ahead and trade back. Maybe we'll get a twofer,
Yeah, maybe we'll get more water. So yeah, let's go with the gas mask.
Can we do both? No, one or the other.
No.
Okay. Besides, that
Either.
scout manual's been coming in clutch.
Yeah, twice now.
Excuse me.
Oh, just one bottle.
The girls
Okay.
were very kind, and their prices were more than fair, so we gladly accepted their offer. How very clever of them to keep their business alive after the apocalypse. We're impressed. -1 gas mask for +1 water. When Mary
But
Jane
now
is
that water might be filled, because we had a half-empty one first. So, continue on.
When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. Timmy should eat something. And there's nothing going on with Ted. Nothing new, anyway. So, Timmy hungry.
Timmy needs food. Yeah, now we have 2 bottles of water instead of 2.5. Or 1.5.
That's pretty good.
Oh.
Today, during breakfast, we were startled when our map slid off the wall. We checked the nails holding it, but they were all firmly in place. It could be a poltergeist! Maybe we need to perform an exorcism to get rid of it. Anyway, in the wall behind the map was discovered some sort of safe. We're curious as to what treasure might be inside. Should we open it? Guys, EMF 5! It's a poltergeist! Ah!
Yes, we should open it, definitely.
I heard a click. That's probably good, right? We found a gas mask!
Hey, look at that. Gains all the way.
Oh no!
Oh, fine.
We're not sure how or why the map just decided to slide off the wall, but we're lucky that it happened. Inside the dusty safe, we found some supplies. A gas mask.
Look at that.
We don't think Dolores is coming back from the surface. It's been too long. Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything. Getting something to drink for Mary Jane sounds like the right idea. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food, and Mary Jane is pretty fatigued. Where's water when Ted needs it, and Timmy is no longer hungry, but we can't leave Timmy without water for too long.
Mary Jane needs both, and then a water for Timmy.
Was Ted not thirsty? Did I imagine that? No, where's water when Ted needs it? Okay.
Ted needs it. Water. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, expedition time.
Yep. So it looks like it's going to be between Ted and Timmy when the time comes.
Yep.
A sleazy-looking trader carrying an equally scruffy bag on his shoulder paid us a visit. He offered us a simple one-time deal. For just one payment of $99.99 or one can of soup, we get the bag and all of its contents. We can't see what's inside, and the trader gives us angry glances every time we take a step towards the mysterious bag. Should we make a deal?
Oh yeah, we have plenty of food to make a deal. Hand it over.
You get nothing! So stupid! Meow.
You don't get the red snapper either. We get Kitty!
That's right.
Okay.
As soon as the door closed behind the trader, the bag started to violently shake, emitting screeching, hellish sounds. Terrified, we backed up against the walls. When the beast finally escaped, it turned out to be just an angry house cat. The feline gave us a menacing look and promptly sat down in the corner to clean itself. Its collar says Sherikov. Is that its name? When Mary Jane is tired, she becomes cranky. She should be better in a few days. Mary Jane is no longer thirsty. Mary Jane is no longer hungry. Ted is no longer thirsty, but Ted is hungry. Timmy is no longer thirsty.
So, food for Ted.
There you go, Ted. Timmy or Ted?
Timmy!
I would say they both have successful track records.
Yep. Let's give him the survival guy. Oh! No, let's go with the gas mask. No, gas mask.
You sure?
I'm very sure. Let's go. Gas mask.
Gas mask and Timmy?
Yep, let's go.
All right.
I like how his hair is going over his eyes.
Meow.
Meow. Hey, meows when you click on him. What we got?
Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Mary Jane seems sleepy all the time. She has no energy for anything, and Ted is no longer hungry.
Give her some food. Just her. Yep.
All right, fair enough.
What do we got?
The army is on the radio again. They said they'll be scouting the neighborhood and need to find clear signs of survivors that are still alive. We were asked to leave a few cards at the nearest bus stop to mark how many people occupied our shelter. We should get going if we want to make it before nightfall.
Yep, definitely.
Use cards to pinpoint a location for the army. And that's what we're doing right now. Ah, nice. Somebody bridged the deck.
Meow.
The cards are in place. All we need to do is wait for the army to pinpoint our location. That shouldn't take long, we hope. Ted needs water to survive. Ted is pretty fatigued. Mary Jane has rested. But getting something to drink from Mary Jane sounds like the right idea.
So water.
Little food for Ted.
Yep. What do we got for the thing for the day?
Oof. Mary Jane has been dropping hints that it's a special day for her today. We had to think about it hard, and after eliminating your average festivities, the anniversary of that great barbecue we had 3 years ago and International Popcorn Day, we realized she was talking about her birthday. That means we need to get her a gift.
Well, let's give her the med kit.
Happy med kit. I mean birthday. Ooh.
Huh. Oh, okay, he's getting sick.
Ted's looking a little sickly.
Well, we got med kit, so we might be able to help him.
True. We figured a toothbrush is something a girl trapped in a bunker needs. Desperately. Mary Jane's ecstatic reaction has proven us right. Next year, she's getting toothpaste. Ted seems to have developed an allergy to our furry guest. He's been coughing and sneezing all night long. We should try giving him some medication. Ted isn't thirsty anymore, but Ted became infected with something. And Mary Jane is no longer thirsty.
Boop. Med kit. What's next?
Hear that? It sounds like a herd of animals are stampeding just above our heads across what used to be our beautiful lawn. They're not getting away with that. It might be a perfect opportunity to get some fresh food. Who should go hunting?
Mary Jane. She's not sick or anything.
Yeah, and we use the cards to pinpoint a location for the army. We get to check mark. All right, so Dolores, you're in charge. Or Dolores is gone, sorry. Mary Jane! Meow.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
The ammo's gone.
Itty.
What?
The ammo's gone, the medkit's destroyed, and there's no water.
Yeah, we've only got like 3/4 of a bottle left, I think.
No, there's no waters on the shelves.
Yeah, it only shows full waters, I think, not partials.
Oh, okay.
What was that beast outside? We couldn't tell if it was a giraffe, a cow, or a spider. It took quite a few shots to bring it down, but in the end it found itself in our stomachs. Too bad it tasted a lot like tomato soup. Minus bullets. Ted has recovered from his sickness. Mary Jane seems fine today. Hopefully it'll stay that way.
Good.
So, no rations. Yeah, see, we've got...
I see. Yep. Come on, Timmy, bring back the food or the water.
While trying to put the little... While trying to pet the little devil, we found a piece of paper on its collar with an address scribbled on it. Could its previous owner still be around and worried sick? Chances are slim, but maybe we should pay them a visit. Or at least whatever's left of them.
Let's try. Yes.
Okay.
Could be a bad thing, but let's go for it.
Oh, I think Timmy's back.
30.
Timmy!
Day 30, we're live.
Water!
We got some water. What did he bring back?
Probably the water.
Well, the water. Let's see if you brought anything else back.
We grabbed our new fluffy friend for a little stroll through the wastes, only to immediately run into a couple of gentlemen dressed in trench coats, fedoras, and shades. They gritted their teeth at the sight of the cat and said they'd been looking for it. Apparently it belongs to their dear old Nan, who loves it dearly. Before we could utter a word, they took Sherikov, thanked us, and left. The cat didn't seem to mind, so maybe it's for the best. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. And he brought back the gas mask with him.
Yes, he did.
When a man is desperate enough, any place is good to look through to get food and water. Our expedition was coming home with nothing. Well, our expedition was coming home with nothing to show for all the searching. Oh, that's a weird sentence. Our expedition was. Oh.
But then they.
They stumbled across full trash cans in our neighborhood. One man's trash is another man's treasure. One of our pre-blast neighbors threw out a few unopened cans of soup. Ha! That joke's on him. If he's in his shelter right now, he's probably full of regrets. With a lawn like that, who wouldn't be? +1 soup.
Yeah. One more soup.
Why do people throw out water? Who cares? Finders keepers. +1 water.
Yep. So Timmy didn't bring back the water.
Yeah,
or
he did.
we're still going through his expedition.
Yeah, that's still Timmy's expedition, yeah. Our little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. The vehicle down the street looked like someone's work in progress. We observed it from afar. Who could be the owner? Or who could the owner be, even? We've kept our distance for the time being, but we may want to take a closer look in the future. This could potentially be our ticket out of here.
Okay.
Get an axe and help the twins build some houses. Aw, fudge.
Well, Dolores took that with her.
Yes, she did.
Next.
Oh, did I read?
Ted's thirsty.
Take it out of here, yep. Ted is really thirsty. Everyone has to drink someone, whoa. Sometimes, including Mary Jane. Is there any water left? And Timmy is very hungry, and Timmy is really tired.
Ted and Mary Jane get water, and Timmy gets food. Yep.
Water,
Yep.
food.
Yep. Okay.
Send out an
Let's stay in.
expedition.
Let's stay in.
Stand.
Yep.
The siblings are back, just like they promised, and they're asking for our help. Their group is too big to fit where they currently reside, so they want to build a small camp nearby. They could really use someone with able hands and an axe to work on house construction. Should we send someone to help them? No
Can't
axe.
anymore. Let's go on day 31.
Somebody's
Knock, knock,
knocking.
knock.
Hello? We wish we had an axe. Its wood chopping qualities are quite useful, but it's even better as a deadly weapon against bandits. Either way, we obviously couldn't help our friends today. Timmy is very hungry. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer, and some water for Timmy would be nice. Ted isn't thirsty anymore, and Mary Jane is no longer thirsty.
So, food and water for Timmy.
Timmy. Do we send out an expedition?
Yes, we will today.
All right. We were about to go to sleep when we heard someone knocking on the door. Who could it be at this hour? Who could it be in this part of the wasteland? How in the hell did they survive the nuke? Should we open up?
We're going to caution. So we're going to say no this time. One time we're going to say no. Probably something really good, but we're going to say no this time. Watch, it was the military. Like, hello?
We're here to save you. Heard that one before. The banging stopped after a while, and whoever was behind the door left. We have no idea who it was. Will we ever find out? Timmy should eat something, and Timmy keeps falling asleep in his chair. He needs a few days to rest. Ted is fine. Mary Jane is feeling safe. And who wouldn't in this coffin-sized shelter?
Funny thing is, I'm sending her out, so just Timmy needs to eat. Mary Jane, you're going out. Let's
Mary
see what we got for
Jane!
stuff. Let's give her the flashlight.
Flashlight it is. Bye, Mary Jane. What?
What? Oh no, the cat's back.
To our surprise, we found Sherikov back in our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates? Our kind hearts? Optimism? Or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. And she took the flashlight with her. Timmy needs to rest a bit longer, and Timmy is no longer hungry. All Ted wishes for are a few drops of water, and Ted is hungry.
Okay, he gets both. Oh.
The trash can is becoming full of empty soup cans, and that unmentionable bucket is overflowing. Both of them are attracting strangely glowing, suspiciously big insect wildlife. Roaches weren't that big before the war, were they? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Scout handbook to the rescue.
What is this, the third time it's coming in clutch?
Yup, let's see if we get to keep it.
Yay!
We do.
Meow.
Meow meow.
That was close. A nest of those glowing bugs might have been more than enough to drive us out into the wasteland. Roaches are the worst, but radioactive roaches? Yikes. Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Ted is no longer hungry. Timmy has rested, and some water for Timmy would be nice.
Sure. Yeah, give it to him. What's next on the agenda?
A loud crash, a surprised shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Truly a recipe for a good start to the day. As it turns out, Sherikov found a new toy, a bit of innocuous wiring that it ripped out of the wall. Who knows what the cable's for, but our lights are still on, so it can't be that important, right? Should we take the wire away from our fluffy friend and investigate it?
I'm gonna say yes.
Investigation.
Let's go. I'm gonna claw up one of us.
Oh,
Oh,
is Mary Jane
Jane's
back?
Nope.
Oh, no. Pet the kitty. We grabbed the cable and followed it to a rusty old truck parked in our neighbor's driveway. Upon opening the door, we were confronted with two men wearing huge headphones who looked extremely surprised to see us. They wiretapped our shelter when we were asleep, and they were listening to everything we said. We gave them hell and marched back to our bunker. Timmy is no longer thirsty. Timmy should eat something, though. Ted's not complaining today, at least not very much.
Food for Timmy.
Food for Timmy.
I feel like we're a science experiment.
No,
They're
that's
tapping our-
that's a different apocalypse game. Timmy noticed his old telescope in a pile of rubble on the other side of the street. He got really excited about stargazing again. After all, the night sky is one of the very few things that still look about the same after the blast. Should we let Timmy go out and stare pointlessly at the sky?
Yeah, let's let him do it. Let's let him do it. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Hold on, I know Morse code. S-E-N-D stop N-U-D-E-S stop.
Ooh. Tomorrow. Meow.
Timmy returned in the morning, tired but very happy. He says he saw a spaceship flying by, one with American flag on it. Surely that can't be true. He's probably making things up. Time to grow up, Timmy. Ted needs water to survive, and Timmy is no longer hungry.
Okay. Some water for Ted. Getting low.
A
Getting
little
real
low. We were afraid the army wouldn't get back to us, but they eventually did. The next transmission was full of evacuation promises, but it ended on a big if. The speaker requested that any survivor groups armed with firearms should dispose of them before they get rescued. We don't know what this is about, but it sounds like violating our rights. My Second Amendment! On the other hand, are there any laws and rights left, or is it everyone for themselves?
Sure, let's get rid of it. I know we shouldn't probably, but let's get rid of it. Day 37. A cat. Meow. Oh no.
We decided to follow military orders and got rid of our rifle. We did so with a heavy heart, but if that's the price of getting to safety, we pay it gladly. That doesn't mean we'll never get another one, though. Mary Jane was supposed to be back in a few days. It's been too long. We fear something bad has happened to her.
Suck.
Ted isn't thirsty anymore. Timmy prefers apple juice, but right now we should get him some water.
Alright, I'll get him some water. We need to figure out a way to get some more water soon. Expedition time. We gotta go.
The agents who are spying on us are now at the door and want to explain themselves. Should we hear them out?
I'm really curious about the storyline, so yes.
Okay. First, dispose of rifles on the Army's request. That's the new checkmark we got. Maybe they'll give us water as recompense.
Yeah. Or have a way out for us or something. Scratch, 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 scratch. Meow.
They briefly waved some sort of ID cards in front of our faces and told us they're on a top-secret government mission. The wiretap wasn't to spy on us, but rather on the cat!
The cat!
It's suspected of being a Soviet agent. They're willing to let us into their super top-secret government safe house if we help them with some of their top-secret missions. They assured us that they'd contact us again with more details. Ted isn't feeling so well. It could have something to do with the cat hair littering the shelter. Some pills might be a good idea.
Sadly, we can't do that.
Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted got sick. Timmy is no longer thirsty.
Give him some food.
I'm saying food for everybody, as long as we can.
Timmy. Gas mask again.
Oh, I was going to say Timmy
no.
with that Scout handbook, baby.
Scout handbook, yep. Go for it.
Comes in clutch every time we use it.
Yep, let's go. Day 39. Meow.
Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. He took the scout manual with him, and something should be done about Ted's sickness. Ted is no longer hungry, but all Ted wishes for are a few drops of water.
Sadly, don't have that.
Or soup.
Yeah, there's a little bit of water in the soup.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well,
It's okay. It's okay. They're offering a med kit. We need that. I don't care who it is.
Someone paid us a visit today. It was an overly cheerful, red-haired woman accompanied by a grumpy-looking mercenary type who was probably her guard. She told us she was a trader and eagerly showed us the items she'd brought along.
Yes, take the med kit for the mask. Ted needs
Only
it.
there was water.
Knock, knock, knock.
We managed to work out a deal. The woman also gave us some tips about surviving in the wasteland, but her advice seems pretty useless. We already know that radiation is dangerous and that hitting a rat with a stick will eventually kill it. We thanked her and said our goodbyes. Fallout 3 reference. Ted hasn't recovered from his illness yet, and Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He needs to get a drink right now.
Oh, we don't got one. I'll give him some food and some water, or food and some med kit. Yep, that's all we got.
The siblings are back just like they promised, and they're asking for our help. Their group is too big to fit where they currently reside, so they want to build a small camp nearby. They could really use someone with able hands and an axe to work on house construction. Should we send someone to help them? We can't.
Can't.
We can't.
Oh, let's keep moving.
Oh.
He's still alive. We hope what? Oh.
Had to pet the kitty. We hope they can manage without us. Building a cozy camp seems like a nice idea, and we wish the group well. Ted looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He needs to get a drink right now. Ted has recovered from his illness.
Don't give him food this time.
No food?
No food. No food.
Open in the name of freedom! Came a shout from outside our door. We weren't sure who claimed to be representing freedom, but we could hear it was a group of people, probably armed. Anyone who introduces themselves like that is probably planning to kill someone in the name of freedom. Should we open?
At this dire point, yes. Oh no! What happened? Oh. Ted's dead. Meow.
Opening the door revealed a group of armed teenagers, possibly high school students. Contrary to what we expected, they were very friendly and requested to know if we've seen any Reds nearby. Wolverines!
They gave us a gun.
We couldn't help them. When they found out we were not armed, they were kind enough to leave us a spare rifle. We asked who they were. All they said was, Wolverines! Timmy should have returned by now.
Oh, wow.
We need to face the worst possible scenario. He might not be coming back. Too many days without water took their toll. Ted died of dehydration. Of all places we could have perished, this is probably the best one. Or maybe not. We survived for 42 days.
Woot!
And then
Beat 12
day
score.
1, 3, 5, 6, etc., etc. Like, it goes through all the different events that happened.
Nice.
Yeah. Wolverines! There we go. Hey, 42 days, though. That's better than 12 and I did.
Yep.
So, yeah, 42 days, consumed 9 bottles of water in total, consumed 8 cans of soup in total, never had to defend our shelter.
Nope.
Successful expeditions, 3 out of 6, so 50-50. Items brought from expeditions, 19. A lot
That
of those
water
big
and
soup
soup.
hauls, yeah.
Yeah.
Number of no decisions, 2.
2.
We made 2 no decisions. One of them was don't talk to Dolores when she was kind of cranky. And then the other one was don't go outside for a reason, I think.
Yep. It was.
7 yes decisions, though.
It was very yesy today.
Very yes. You could almost call us yes men.
Radio.
But that is going to go ahead and bring this episode to, well, a conclusion. Maybe not the one we were hoping for, but 42 days ain't too shabby.
So, first time try. Yeah, that's actually not too shabby at all.
Yeah. Switch, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate you being here. Of course, if you want to go ahead and check out any of Switch's content, you can go ahead and head to switch_rigs.live, and that'll go ahead and redirect you to all of his areas. You can also go ahead and find all of us in the Nerdgasm crew at linktree.com/nerdgasm, spelled N3RDGA5M. And
Yep.
especially, you can go ahead and check out our Twitter at Nerdgasm Inc. And I have been Merlin Sensei. You can find me in all the social places. Yeah, so thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Switch,
Hmm.
anything to add, my friend?
No, not really. You
No?
got it all covered.
All
But
right.
that was fun. We'll
Cool.
definitely play again, and we'll play a game of my choosing next time. How about that?
Absolutely, we could go ahead and do that. So yeah, expect more content here on the Nerdgasm Inc. YouTube page, including uh, live video versions of our podcasts. Um,
Yes, those are actually we're getting some views on those, so that's
nice,
great to see that happening.
nice, nice, nice. Next up for 60 seconds, expect our good friend Mupacabra to join me, and we'll see how long
Hmm.
we can survive. Until next time, bye for now.
Bye, friends.